From managing multilingual projects to becoming a sought-after cybersecurity expert, Dr. Leena Satpute.
I've trained people and I have given some guidelines. Our people are like, they stick with that, guidelines, that square. They keep revolving under that square.
That is so insightful. It really shows how the best decisions aren't just made by data, but by the depth of understanding.
So make them realize that machines or, even this artificial intelligence or tools, how you can, modify your roles.
Hey everyone, welcome back to FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm Charu Mehra, and today we are diving into a world that has been quietly evolving but is now at the cutting edge of business transformation. Today, we're talking about the intersection of localization, cybersecurity, and how they shape our global digital future. Our guest today is Dr. Leena Satpute, a powerhouse who spent over 20 years in the trenches of localization industry, balancing technology, leadership, and the human touch to make business operations seamless across languages and cultures. She's been at the forefront, not only building teams, but also shaping digital security with an eye on the future. From managing multilingual projects to becoming a sought after cybersecurity expert, Dr. Satpute has done it all. And she's not just a name in the tech and localization world, she's a force, a certified ethical hacker, digital forensics expert, and a true leader in her field. Her achievements are as impressive as they're inspiring. A finalist for Global and Digital Leaders Women That Build Award, an awardee for World Women Icon 2022, and now recognized with the 2025 Global Apex Awards in cybersecurity. Dr. Satpade, it's an absolute honor to have you on the show with us today. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. Namaste to all. And such a lovely introduction. Thank you for that. It's been pleasure today being with you here today. And I would like to spare my experience, some of my, some things that I know and I could share in a best manner with all our viewers today. Yeah, that's
Wow,
great.
wonderful. All that introduction is well deserved, ma'am, and I'm so excited to talk to you today. So let's get
Same
things
here.
kicked off.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So, Dr. Satpode, over your incredible 2 decades journey, you've navigated the complex world of localization and cybersecurity. But let's go back a bit. What was your career journey like? Was there a challenge that tested your judgment, or perhaps a decision that transformed the way you look at leadership today?
Okay. Let me start with the short story of mine. So, I would like to tell that when I was doing my last year of graduation, basically I'm a science student. Okay.
Mhm.
And the word or the era from where I came, it was the peak of, information technology, a lot of computers and computer programming, all that era,
Right.
people were learning and a lot of like software engineers and all. So the first thing I came up with that I am a science graduate and I'm
Mhm.
coming out in the world where it is all related to softwares and programmings and techies and all. So my first challenge, as you have mentioned, my challenge was how can I bid or how can I combat with these techies or software engineers, right?
Right.
So what position I'm going to get? And from very beginning of my graduation studies, I was pretty clear in my mind that what role I want to play. So I always had in mind that I want to be a connector, like a connector which connects two different words, or
Mhm.
two different things. So that was very impressive thing which I have always learned, that being a communicator or a connector who is going to join two different words to make the things happen.
Right.
Okay, keeping that in mind, so how am I going to combat? Then I started, learning the technologies, the languages. I learned Java, advanced Java. I did a lot of the technology learning. And
Right.
after that, I thought of one crisp, crisp thought which came to my mind is that how I'm going to stand out amongst these techie people and me. So if my resume is going to go to the companies, they are obviously going to prefer the techies. So how am I going to stand out differently? So that one thought made me learn the languages, and I started learning Japanese first. Then I learned
Wow.
Spanish from Pune University, and that one thought which came to my mind of learning something which will make me different from the others, that clicked my career. And after that, I believe that after first exam of my Japanese, then my teachers were so good. They kind of praised me to go ahead, give more exams, and that whole thing was kind of quickly changed the whole career thing of mine. And today here I am. So I hope that that correct decision helped me a lot. So this is how I kept myself, even today I keep myself updated, always looking at the current things which are happening in the tech world.
Wow, wow, ma'am, that is such a grounded reflection, Dr. Satpute. It's really fascinating how you turned what could have been a challenge into such a defining perspective, and it really shows how a person goes through lived experiences and their leadership
Yeah,
style changes according to that. So, thank you for
right.
sharing that with us. So, Dr. Satpute, you managed everything from high stakes localization projects to leading cybersecurity initiatives. Here's a big question. How do you balance the analytical precision required in localization with the strategic ambiguity of leadership? And how do you make decisions when the data points are clear, but the path ahead is anything but?
That's a really great question, Charu. Actually, I'll tell you, if even if today I talk about cybersecurity, every day we are seeing some new threads, right?
Right,
So nothing is certain. Even as a ethical hacker or being forensic expert, today I am not aware that what kind of attack will happen, what kind of strategies people will think to harm the common people.
right.
Every day we are seeing so many attacks. The same concept, slightly I'll compare with the localization. Okay,
Mhm.
even in localization, over the years, what I've seen now, there are n number of technologies. First of all, in the localization, there are so many languages. There are
Right,
so many languages in the world that I even never knew the names of those languages. Okay, so working on those languages itself is another level of challenge. Okay,
right, right,
and I've seen a projects where your sales team is bidding for it, and it's really need a quick decision. So we have to give the decision based on a very raw information that we have. So we have given the decision even before we could see the actual data, irrespective of the languages, different type of content. Many a times when we are talking about the localization, many things depend on what type of content is, what is the language, who are the target audience. Whole this thing will turn the course of the execution,
right.
or entire execution cycle will depend on all these things. But I remember I've given a few projects with the higher count, and it's like of 10 lakh words in 10 days or something like that. and there we never had a chance, to go through the content, even due to privacy and the data controls. Even client won't prefer to show you the data unless you confirm that you are going to work on it. So
Right.
that was the another level of the challenge that we have seen. But that quick decision, once we have made, then what I used to do is that once we receive the data, the whole team used to sit, we used to analyze the sample of the data, what kind
Wow.
of risk is there, hidden risk, what are the challenges, what is the target language, and then we used to sum up it and try to do the analysis that
Okay.
what kind of risk will occur and
Mhm.
how we are going to mitigate it.
Right.
So that we used to plan it pretty early. So there were known risks based on the study that we have done, and obviously there were few percent of unknown risk. You never
Right.
know what happens in the project.
Right.
But the only thing what we have maintained is that to follow some standardized process, so that the team is aware, team members are aware what responsibility they need to execute. So
Right.
all such kind of things have helped a lot in even the critical situations to handle it more diligently and carefully, where we can keep our client happy, and we can execute the project within a given deadline. And the same with the cybersecurity, you need to be very cautious, aware what thing needs to be done by the team members and what not. So that should be clear. So this is how I do the analysis of the content and then come up with some decisions we will which will help the teams to work on smoothly.
Right. 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 Wow, that was really a masterclass in balancing logic and instinct, Dr. Satpute. It's incredible how you describe the science behind the leadership. And that is so insightful. It really shows how the best decisions aren't just made by data, but by the depth of understanding. So thank you for sharing that
Right.
with us.
Thank you so much.
So you worked with cutting edge tools like SDL Trados and MemSource to stream localization. And on the flip side, you're guiding organizations through complex world of cybersecurity. So from your experience, where do companies often go wrong with technology, both in localization and in cybersecurity? And how can they make sure they're getting real value out of these tools and not just adding complexity?
It is, I tell you, Charu, this is really fantastic question. And this is like my overall experience of, 20 years, whatever I have worked in industry. Even if we say that we are into technology and we are learning techniques and we use tools and all, my clear observations in amongst the team was I had been, trainer for many localization tools, whatever
Right,
we have used.
right.
So I was the certified trainer. But I have observed when I've trained people and I have given some guidelines, our people are like they stick with that guidelines, that square, they
That's
keep revolving under that square. No one thinks of breaking that square and coming out and exploring, right?
right,
What I believe is that you will completely understand the technology when you will start doing the mistakes, when you will start exploring it much in a much wider way.
right.
Day to day life, whatever technology we are using, it's nothing. Like even for localization, I've seen people using technology, be it management team, be it linguists, reviewers, or whatever. They used to use very basic functionalities of the tools that
Mhm.
I have told them and they've learned from me, but they never thought of going out of the box, that okay, this is okay, this is needs to be worked on, but what if I do it with something differently, so how it is going to work. So sometimes it helps because there are few hidden technologies are also having so many features that you are
Right.
not completely aware of. So
Right.
even if I talk about like smartphones or iPhones that we are using or anybody using, they are not exploring it. We just,
Absolutely.
okay, I need to call, I need to do the message, I need to
Right.
use the WhatsApp,
Right.
and that's it. But there are so many features given in the phone. So why can't we convert that as, exploring from your end and learning it more?
Right.
Technologies will be learned only if you explore it, if you are ready and having dare to go wrong.
Agreed.
Unless you make a mistake, you are not going to learn, right? Once we do the mistake, then we learn, okay, this thing should not be done like this, but this is the other solution. So I
Right.
believe that if we really want to be techies and if we really want ourselves to stay in the world of technology, first of all, we need to understand the basics of all these techniques. Even
Right.
today, for cybersecurity, there are n number of tools, n number of programming, and the automation that we are seeing, which is coming up through AI and all. It is so vast. So the very basic thing, you need to understand the logic behind that tool, what that tool is doing,
Right.
and then smartly how we are going to utilize it 100% for our help. It should be our help from tool. It
Agreed.
should not
Agreed.
be that we
Yeah.
are
Right.
devoted to the tool. So that becomes very key point here. So we need to be curious. We need to be we need to have that dare where we can explore the technology. This is what the giveaway I could say, that explore technology. Doing something wrong is not going to harm you. Just you need to be like aware what things you are trying, what things you should not try. If I talk
Right.
about the cybersecurity tools, then we should be aware of what is the law or what are the law. So as per the law, what do you want to try, be it offline, be it online. So keeping all such things in mind, we need to become techies by exploring them. This is what my idea is.
Absolutely right. And I also believe that, thinking outside that box and going a step beyond of what is asked of you really gives you a better perspective. And I've also learned that people learn more with failure rather than successes. So
Exactly.
you do something and you fail at that, you know what needs not to be done. And
Exactly.
absolutely. And just a simple thing. You were talking about mobile phones. We have the camera, and there are multiple features in the camera. So,
Exactly.
people are really scared of going and doing the research and seeing how that
I
will
know.
work. What will happen? You'll just get a bad picture. You can come back to the normal settings. So, I absolutely
Exactly. You can change it any point of time and you can
agree to
come
that.
back
And
to the
I love how you
original
shared.
setting and go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I really loved how you shared what the struggles are and how can you come out of it. That really sticks. So thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that with us. So now shifting gears a bit. You're a certified ethical hacker and you've led multiple cybersecurity operations. In the age of constant data breaches and evolving threats, what's the one leadership lesson you've learned about handling cybersecurity risks and ensuring that your team is prepared for the unpredictable?
Right. See, the cybersecurity world is huge, right? It is completely uncertain. What things will come, nobody knows. So the very basic thing from where we start as a company in a cybersecurity, that that awareness in the mind of people, it's it's a very small thing, but it is very important. We need to bring the awareness about the cybersecurity. So
Right,
what will come, nobody knows, but what had happened so far. So whatever the learnings we have to pass on this learning in the common people,
right,
making them aware that okay, if these kind of calls you are receiving, if these kind of emails you are receiving, you are not supposed to reply.
right,
So just ignore them. Like recently, everyone has almost received a call saying that some parcel has been caught, which is under
Yes.
your
It's
name
only a
and your
scam. Yes.
PAN card is there and whatever.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll tell you, I have few friends. One of my friend received the same kind of call early morning, and people go in panic. If you see the modus of operandi of these people that they work on, they will call you when you are in hurry. They will call you when
All
you are
time.
like just woke up from the night, and so that the you can easily go into the panic.
Right.
These that kind of situations. So very frequently people keep calling me, so that one of my friend got call that we got some parcel, etc., and blah blah blah. So, but luckily, she did not reply to that guy, and she called me up. She said that I have one of my friend who is cybersecurity expert. I'll talk to her and I'll get back to you. So that saved her, actually, luckily. And then she called me up saying all. And when she started, I said, just ignore that call. So she said, how come you know? I said that this is happening. So the very basic thing which I've learned from now, I visit a lot of, cyber police cells, and I visit to police stations. So what we tell people is that, first of all, for the ladies, don't reply to any numbers which are not stored on your
Not
mobile.
safe.
If
Yes.
if unknown numbers, just ignore them. Even if
Absolutely.
it is someone your relative or somebody, they will, if you don't reply to their call, they know your number, they know your family members number, so they will try to connect
Sure.
with you in
Yes.
some alternative. This
Yes.
is very basic thing, but we don't follow that. We fell in trap like replying to them. So first of all, don't reply them. Also, there are new modus operandi that they will use the email IDs of company mail IDs, kind of, and they will drop you the fake mails. So first thing I used to tell employees as well is that, see the mail ID from where the mail is coming. If it is not, that mail ID itself will tell you, the domain itself will tell you that this is fake. So these are
Right.
very like basic things. So we need to have the awareness. And second important thing is that my mission is to create the mindset of a people, make them
Right.
vigilant,
Mhm.
and instead of going into the panic state, you need to come up with the mindset how to deal that.
Right. Right.
So it should not be that panic attack, but it
Agree.
should be how we are going to treat and how you are going to deal with the call.
Agree.
Even if you are answering the call, what all things you are going to reply to them
Right.
and how to deal them. So this is my two main focus area, that increasing awareness amongst the youngsters, even the school going children, and then slowly giving them the mindset that what things they should do, what things they should not do. So that will help a lot, I think.
Agree. Agree. Wow, you know what? It really shows how leadership in an unpredictable environment is as much about people as it is about technology, Dr. Satpute. And it's really fascinating to hear how real world experiences reshaped strategy. It's the human
Very
element
true.
that really shines through it. And I'm really, uh, really like the way our country is sort of trying to educate people of what is happening now. We have that messages that we used to receive when
Exactly.
calling someone, and there is so much advertising
Yeah.
on television, so that really actually helps people, and especially
Right.
young people and old people. So that's really helpful. And
Right.
thank you for actually sharing. You are an expert. So if it is coming from you, then that means that it is the right step. Being aware of it and understanding it, that if in case you end up landing in such situation, what needs to be done. Not to panic. Just
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. So thank you for sharing that. Okay. All right, Dr. Satpute. It's time for a rapid fire round. No analysis,
Sure.
no Excel sheets, just your first thought.
Okay.
Here we go. First one. What's the one thing you can't start your day without?
Yoga and gratitude.
Wow, that's wonderful. Okay. If you weren't in the tech world, what do you think you'd be doing today?
I would have been in the art world.
Art world? Wow. Is there something specific you like doing?
Actually, I did my classical dancing when I was in school,
Wow.
and I also do a lot of drawings. Recently, trying to learn mandala art, so
Wow.
that is my hobby.
That is fascinating. Wow, wonderful. Okay. Next one. What's the one habit that completely changed your productivity game?
Learning from mistakes. It's very simple, but yeah, that helped a lot in my overall career.
Wow.
If I'm doing the mistakes, I always analyze it, where it went wrong, what things could have saved me, why I have not thought of it. But yeah, I ensure that whatever mistake had happened, it should not happen again. So that is the learning.
Wow. Wonderful. Okay, next one. What's your comfort movie or show after a long week?
I would say some soothing music and reading book.
Wow. Nice. Okay. One thing people often get completely wrong about you.
Oh, it is hard so far, but I think people around me find me I'm very strict.
Well, I did not get that impression. Maybe your team members would have thought.
Could be. I'm not sure, but I've they are not directly. It was not conveyed to me directly, but from my senior management, it came to me that people are saying that ma'am is very strict. If they are working on my project, they always used to tell like, other managers that no, we are working on ma'am's project, so please have a word with ma'am. We are not going to shift from our own. So I think that
Okay, that was really nice to know. Okay,
yeah,
next one.
for me.
If you could teleport anywhere right now, where would you go?
Straight to Himalayas.
Himalaya? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. If time travel were real, would you go to the past or the future and why?
No, I would rather love to live in present
Live in
because
present.
this is the state which actually we are in and nothing else.
Wow,
So
that
I
is
would rather
really
never want to go back or forward. Right now, this is the time and this is the real.
wow, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, next one. And this is the last one.
Yeah.
If your life had a tagline, what would it be?
There is so much to learn in universe. So keep learning.
Keep learning.
Everything around you teaches you something. Just keep that mind open, your eyes open, and learn.
Wow, that's a really nice message. Thank you so much for that wonderful rapid fire round. Thank you for being
Thank
so
you.
open and so candid with us.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Satpute, let's dive into something that's near and dear to your heart, transformation. You've been at the center of large scale transformations, whether it was a restructuring of a department, rolling out new systems, or adopting automation across teams. But here's the thing, transformation isn't just about changing processes or technology, it's about changing people's mindset, cultures, and behaviors. So tell us, what's one key leadership lesson you've learned through these massive shifts about managing people, not just processes?
So wonderful, Charu. This question is like the whole thing which I have done so far in 20 years. It's
Wow.
completely managing process and people. Right? So I will tell you one small thing. Okay. When I started my journey in localization, in very early, pretty days, no, people used to have no that typical mindset. Even the translators or linguists, they will type it on computer, be it Excel, Word, PPT, whatever, PowerPoint, okay, and just that. So their using technology was this much only. That using all these like functions, typing in that as a as come replacement to typewriter and submit the
For data
things.
entry.
Yeah, exactly. And when I joined or when I completely entered in the localization industry, it was already having few technologies, tools where the database creation was already started. Okay.
Right.
So my challenge was, I have to deal with these kind of people, they have very strict mindset. No,
Yes.
no, we cannot handle this technology and this is very tedious. We won't be able to understand and all kind of stories I've heard. What I used to do is, literally I had a one-to-one call with everyone,
Wow.
and make them come for one day. You come for my training,
Hmm.
and I will help you. I will guide you 24/7. I'm available, and I'll guide you how to use technology.
Right.
And unfortunately, somehow people came and then learned few things. Then I was available for them as a support whenever they stuck. We cannot think what had happened. There is some error. Technology has all
Right.
sorts of
Right.
but I slowly guided them. No, this thing you have to adapt. So make them aware of what the current situation is, where you are lying. And I always make them aware that if you want to stay in industry, if you want to stay in a market, then you have to change.
Right.
So I said, see, this is the basic rule of living. You have to be adaptable with the changes.
Changes.
If you don't adopt the change, then you are not going to live.
Agree.
So this is the very basic logic I used to, hammer on their heads. No, you have to change yourself. And slowly from that era, now when I entered this like 2025 or 2023, it's big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning. It's more complex. So
Right.
now people got used to the earlier, technology use. Now suddenly, if I take them to artificial intelligence and tell that, okay, there will be no more translation. You just need to verify whatever machine has done is correct or not.
Got.
Again, that was, mind blow that
Right.
we are humans and why you are asking us what machine has done is correct or not. So make them realize that machines or, even this artificial intelligence or tools, how you can, modify your roles. You need to adopt the change and you need to change your roles. So it is, first of all, the barrier in the mind is that if artificial intelligence is coming, that means we are going to lose our jobs.
Yes.
Okay, this is the very basic line everywhere.
Yes.
But I make them aware that it is not going to be like losing your job. It is there, but it will be changed from what is the current role. That role is going to change, that you will be handling the technology
Right.
for the best.
Right.
So you need to learn that. It is not that your job is gone. Since when the computers are there? But
Exactly.
still, for some places, we need human. We need human assistance to, operate the machines that we have. We
Right.
need humans to operate the computers. Even if there are programming languages, we need somebody to see if that language is operating exactly correctly, if that program is running correctly.
Correct.
So
Correct.
roles are not vanished. Roles are there. Just you need to adopt this mentality. So that was my challenge, and I believe that first of my publications or the paper which I represented and at Delhi conference, international conference, was
Okay.
that using the technologies in the localization. So
Wow.
from there I've started till today. So
Wow.
this is the way I think, this is the correct way I found, is that, understanding even what is the bottleneck of the person. Every person have a different mindset. We come from different backgrounds. Everyone
Right.
has some different thinking. So the problems associated with persons are also different. So what I used to do is that having one-to-one interaction, talk to them, try to understand what their problem, where the bottleneck is, and then
Right.
slowly try to resolve that bottleneck and make them used to the technology. Now I feel that whatever trainings I've done, now when I meet people, they are so happy and they say that, oh, you took our first training, and today we are using it so efficiently, and
Yes. Yes.
thanks to you. But I feel that it is not thanks to me, thanks to them, that they have adopted that change which I was trying to convince. So I believe, yeah, this is the way we need to deal with the technologies and other things.
Absolutely, absolutely. That really shows how leadership isn't just about systems, but about, as you did, guiding people through uncertainty. And it's fascinating how you navigated both the resistance and the breakthrough. That human insight really stands out. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Satpute, as we wrap up today's conversation, I want to turn the spotlight to something that's been very important in your journey, your
Yeah.
involvement with the Directors Institute. So, you've been associated with the Institute for some time now, and I'm curious, what initially drew you to join it?
Okay. Uh, Thank you, Charu, for this question. Actually, when I came, with sound level of experience in the technology field, like 20 years in localization,
Right,
that made me think how I can progress, what exactly I can do to be in more senior level management, or something which will suit to my experience, and further I can guide some other institutions to do better. So
right.
luckily, I came across with this Directors Institute, webinar thing on the Facebook. It was an advertisement which
Hmm.
clicked, and then I just thought of let's see enrolling what all things they are telling, and what insights I can get. And as they mentioned there, that if you have 15 plus years of experience, then you can think of becoming independent director. And since I worked with the company who was recently listed company, so I was aware that this kind of board of directors are there in the company. They take the decisions, they guide they guide the companies to do the best, and what all things can should be done, and the participation more into the social society or social programs and all.
Right.
So then I just joined that webinar, and it was like insightful, the way they have conveyed all the thoughts, and what basically they mentioned what all things directors need to do, and how they should think and all. So that made me very curious, and then I really wanted to do it with Institute of Directors. And then uh, they called me up, and then I got connected, and it was really wonderful talking with everyone from the institute, and they are like so open to tell you all the things. And I was like very curious about that. How can I get the job? Am I, like very normal people, as you do something for, upgrading yourself. You always have that in mind, no? Yeah,
Yes.
if I'm doing this, what I'm going to get, kind of a thing. But they have guided me so wonderfully that they have given me the insights how they are going to guide, and they are like available 24 by 7. Even if today I have any queries regarding the course or something, they quickly connect, they call up, and they reply to the queries, and they ensure that the queries are resolved. And that made me so happy that I got connected with them, and more they are connected with Oxford as well, business,
Right.
SIB business
Right.
school. So that particular, even the certification is going to make a difference, definitely.
Mhm.
So doing it from anywhere else was not the point at all, that I'm going to do it with them. And it's really wonderful experience so far, and I'm enjoying my journey with them, and looking forward, hopefully one day, being independent director to
Wow.
some firm, and guiding them. So let's see how it goes.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for that wonderful feedback, ma'am. And you know what? It really shows how much thought and reflection has gone into your decision of getting into the institute. And it's really inspiring that, in spite of having such an extensive experience, you're still looking forward to enhancing your skills and doing more. So, congratulations on that. And I really wish you all the very best for your
Thank
goals
you.
in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Charu. It
Wow.
was really wonderful talking today with you.
Absolutely, absolutely, Dr. Satpute. This has been such a rewarding conversation, from leading complex, high-impact localization projects to becoming a key player in the cybersecurity space. Your journey truly exemplifies what it means to be a leader in today's fast-paced world. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Satpute. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors.
Same here. It's a great pleasure being here with you today. And thank you very much.
Wonderful. To all our listeners, thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and took away some valuable insights. Remember, no matter where you are in your leadership journey, there's always room to grow, evolve, and lead with purpose. I'm Charu Mehra. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and always lead with integrity. Thank you.